All right, let's dive into something that honestly sounds a bit like science fiction. We're talking about building really powerful, production-ready AI with a shockingly small amount of code. Today, we're going to see exactly how Hugging Face lives up to its wild promise of getting you from zero to production in just 3 lines.
So yeah, this is it. This is the big, bold promise from the Hugging Face Transformers library. The whole idea is that yes, you, can go from having absolutely nothing to a super sophisticated natural language processing model, one that's actually ready for the real world in just 3 lines of code. I mean, come on, that sounds kind of crazy, right?
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How is that even possible? I mean, we're talking about stuff that used to take entire teams of PhDs months, maybe even years of work, and now you're telling me I can do it in less than a minute? Well, the answer is all thanks to a really, really smartly designed library that basically hides all the complicated stuff from you.
Okay, Section 1, NLP's 3-line revolution. So, to really get how this all works, we've got to start with the one single concept that makes everything possible. It's called the pipeline. And trust me, it's the master key that unlocks this whole world of instant AI. And it really does all come down to this one little function, pipeline. The best way to think about it is like it's a magic box. You see, it doesn't just hold the AI model. It holds the model and all the boring prep work stuff. You know, the code that gets your text ready for the model, and the stuff that makes sense of the answer on the other side. It is literally the easy button for doing AI. So let's get into our next section, zero training, instant results, the magic of zero-shot classification. This is where things get really cool. We're going to see this pipeline in action with one of its almost magical features. It's called zero-shot classification. And what that means is we can ask the model to sort text into categories that it has never even seen before. Yeah, for real. Okay, let's try an example. Imagine you're running a company and you've got customer reviews coming in. You take this one right here, love this new router, super fast Wi-Fi. You just toss it right into a sentiment analysis pipeline. No training, no special setup, just the raw text. What do you think is going to happen?
And boom, just like that. The model gets it instantly. It correctly says this is a positive review, and look at that confidence, 98.7%. This is because it's a pre-trained model. It already knows the nuances of English right out of the box.
Okay, that was maybe a little too easy. Let's try something harder. This time it's a support ticket. It says, router lights blinking red, no internet connection. And we want to sort this into our own custom categories, like maybe network issue or billing problem. Now remember the key thing here. The model has never ever been trained on our specific label. And look at that, it nails it. It classifies this as a network issue with over 90% confidence. This is just a perfect example of that zero-shot power. The model is using its general, deep understanding of language to figure out, blinking red lights and no internet, yeah, that sounds like a network problem. For a business, this is an absolute game changer. You could automate your entire support ticket system with this.
All right, up next, generating text with GPT-2, beyond just classifying. So Hugging Face isn't just about understanding text that's already been written. No, it's also about creating brand new text. So let's switch gears from classification and look at text generation. And yeah, you guessed it, we can use another super simple pipeline to tap into crazy powerful models like GPT-2.
I really like this way of thinking about it. Classification? That's like an AI that's really good at listening and understanding. But generation? That's the next level. That's like an AI that can actually speak. It can write for you, it can finish your sentences, it can create.
So check this out. We give the model a simple prompt, like the start of a conversation. Customer, my internet is slow. Tech, and then we just let it run. The model generates the most logical, common sense next line. Have you tried restarting your router? It's pretty amazing. You can see right away how you could use this to build smart chatbots or get help drafting emails in a snap. So, we're moving on to making it yours, fine-tuning your own AI. Look, using these off-the-shelf, pre-trained models is awesome. It's incredible. But the real magic, The real power happens when you take one of these models and you teach it about your specific data, your specific world. This process is called fine-tuning, and it's how you go from just using AI to actually building it.
Here's a great way to think about it. A pre-trained model, it's like a brilliant college grad. It knows a little bit about everything, it's super smart, but fine-tuning? That's like setting that grad to medical school. You feed it your own data, say thousands of your company's support tickets, and it doesn't just know about language anymore. It becomes a world-class expert on your support tickets. So conceptually, the process is pretty straightforward, right? Step 1, you get your data set, like a bunch of IMDb movie reviews. Step 2, you tokenize it, which is just a fancy word for chopping up the text into little pieces the model can understand. Then step 3, you train the model, and step 4, you see how well you did. The thing is that step 3, the training part, that used to be a nightmare. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of lines of really complicated code.
But not anymore, because Hugging Face gives us something called the Trainer API. And what it does is it basically automates that entire messy training process. All that stuff you used to have to worry about, like making sure you don't run out of memory on your GPU or saving your progress as you go, the trainer handles all of it. The whole training and evaluation loop, logging, checkpointing, it's all done for you. It's a huge, huge time saver.
So, after all that, what kind of results do you get? Well, after fine-tuning a model called Distilbert on all those movie reviews, it achieves a jaw-dropping 94% accuracy. I mean, that is a world-class, state-of-the-art result. And the crazy part is, you didn't need a massive research lab to get it. You just needed a simple script that pretty much anyone can run.
Which brings us to our next section, building a production pipeline from code to customer. So, okay, we've done it. We've built our very own custom-trained expert model. So, now what? Well, the final step is to actually put it to work. We're going to close the loop and go right back to that simple pipeline we started with.
And this is the real beauty of the whole Hugging Face ecosystem. Once you're done training your model, you just save it. And then you can load it right back into a pipeline, just like we did at the very beginning. Only now, it's not a general-purpose model. It's your personal specialized AI, ready to go.
So let's give it a try. We'll feed our new custom-made model a new piece of text. Let's say it's a review about a telecom company. You know, the exact kind of data it's now an expert on. Outstanding 5G coverage and blazing fast speeds. And there it is. Our custom-tuned model spits out the right answer, positive, with 96% confidence. And just like that, we've done it. We've gone all the way from a general idea to a highly specialized, totally production-ready AI tool, all in one smooth, seamless process. Okay, let's wrap this up with the big takeaway. Smarter, faster, smaller models. So why is all this such a big deal? Why does it matter? Because this new way of doing things, it isn't just a small improvement. It's a massive, fundamental leap forward in how we actually build and use AI. You know, if you go back just a few years, the standard way to do this was to build these really complex models, like LSTMs, completely from scratch. It took forever. But today, the Hugging Face way is totally different. You take a super powerful pre-trained model like Distilbert, and you just fine-tune it. And the numbers on this table prove why this is the absolute right way to go. Look at our fine-tuned Distilbert. It's way more accurate than that older LSTM model. We're talking a jump from 88% to over 94% accuracy. But that's not all. Look at the speed. It's also 4 times faster. It pulls this off because it's a distilled, or smaller version of a giant model, so it's incredibly efficient. It's this perfect sweet spot of being small and fast while still getting almost the same accuracy as a much bigger model like Robert Abase. It's the best of all worlds. So when you boil it all down, the most important takeaway is this. The keys to the kingdom are no longer locked away in giant tech company research labs. The tools you need to build incredibly sophisticated AI that can read, understand, and even write, they're right here. They're efficient, they're accessible, and they're ready for you to pick up and use.